I'm glad everybody's on the same page.
Well, if you guys say so.
I don't know where we are, so...
You didn't listen to the...
I did not.
How dare you?
I did not.
Of course. We will
Isn't that part of our streamer contract? We have to listen if we miss one?
Yeah, that's coming out of your paycheck, Jared. Your cut.
I know.
How dare you? Well, okay, but before, can I ask a couple questions, Mark?
Not before I tell Shell.
Yes.
The warning I gave you about our game a couple weeks ago is applying to this game as well.
Okay.
Cool.
Got it.
Be forewarned.
You guys already saw some little spider creatures.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
With the weird human head.
So, Josh, the other day while we were playing that campaign, was goofing around and looking at what he might turn into next. And right on that list was a giant spider. And he had it pulled up, and I was like, Shell is terrifying. He was like, oh. So I think he was trying to find ways to reflavor it.
Yeah. It's a sticky-footed goat.
Yep. I love sticky-footed goat that also can expel webbing from its.
Carly, can you hear us?
Yes, I can, but my my mute button ran away from me. Oh yeah, I can see you now too, or I can see an empty chair. That's exciting.
I can turn me down?
I just muted her.
Oh,
nice and loud.
Yeah, I'll mute outputs and you can.
Only person with unbiased rolls.
Yeah.
What?
Only person with unbiased rolls at the table.
That's right.
I can feel the weight of my die. Like data rolling in that weird casino episode. Actually, I think he crunched them into a slightly more different shape, so it's slightly more beneficial to the odds. Like a wider one, so it's more likely to show. Or I don't know, what we're playing craps or some shit.
Oh, data.
Anyway, Next Generation Star Trek is not why we're here today.
No,
it might be.
We're here to talk about my review of Season 3 of Star Trek Picard, which was very disappointing. And largely incoherent, and it was completely divorced from
good.
Season 2. It was okay. It was way too much fan service.
Garbage. Oh, really?
Season 2 was actually built some things, and then Season 3 was no thanks. We're going to ignore those things and do our own thing as if that didn't happen. So it was really disappointing.
If there aren't tribbles,
because people were like, I don't
want to hear about it.
Exactly.
You like Tribbles, Treble, Twebble, Twist?
It's the only Star Trek I listen to is Tribble-related Star Trek.
I mean, that seems
a
reasonable.
Tribble reference in Season 3 of Star Trek Picard. You'll be pleased to know. You can watch that 1 minute of the show. It will be good.
I watched all the way to the second to last episode of Season 1. And then I didn't want to watch the last one because I knew there was going to be a break, and then I just never got back.
Yeah. It's really kind of, It's got some entertaining parts, but
you can't really capture the magic.
Yeah.
I've got the magic in
Phil's
me.
rewatching Next Generation now. It's pretty comical.
Mark, you know what I think I'm going to do? Why don't you take the audio from them, and I will mute the audio from them, because...
Oops, I don't want to unmute you.
Well, I'm going to...
Tell me when they're muted.
Yeah. Hold on. I don't even think I need to be on, actually. Tell you the truth. I might not even need to be on.
Do I even need to be here?
I don't know. Do I? So really, they're muted right now.
Okay, I'll unmute them. Now we can hear you. Oh, let me put these in the fridge.
Do we want to try the speakers at all?
That might...
We might want to try them.
Let's try the speakers then, because then I think it'll work perfectly.
Yeah, and we could have it pointing away from the
great.
microphone.
Okay. Let me pair my device. See if my poor shitty
So wait,
work laptop.
I have the idea.
These devices.
Okay, so now I don't even need the internet, and if you want, I can take the mic and put it directly into the recording, unless it's easier for them to hear us with the mic. But never mind, let's play. I'm not gonna worry about this. But I am going to not be on Discord.
The T12.
Can I ask one more side question?
Yes?
Is it better if I leave my mic?
Hold on, Carly.
Oh, sorry, Carly. I just switched output devices, and it's not making any noise yet.
It's making noise. It's just real quiet.
Yeah, try now.
It's still pretty quiet. Can you turn it up on your side, Mark?
I mean, you heard how loud the output was. Like, it's already at, like, max.
And on Discord, is it max?
Everything's max.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm touching your speaker.
Yeah, you can't
Touch
tell.
away.
Wait, there it is. We can hear them now.
You guys can hear me?
Yes.
Testing.
Ooh, that came in real smooth.
Nice.
I liked. This is so fancy.
Yeah, what a swanky hybrid setup we have here.
Absolutely.
I'm really happy about this hybrid setup, and I think it's gonna work out really well.
Here.
Okay.
Production values is going up.
Woohoo! I love it when that happens. Now I just need to make sure that I don't spike the audio the whole time. Mark, I have a question outside of character.
Okay.
The thingy on the base of the mountain, the little antenna metal squiggly thingy. The spiral.
At the top of the mountain.
Is it at the top of the mountain? I heard.
Yeah.
Well, currently
It
it's
depends on which perspective you're using.
the widest part of the mountain, we'll call it.
Okay, so
Wait, hold on.
we'll use
Wait.
so we can discuss.
Like this, or it's over this? Yeah, like that. Okay, that's right.
Yeah. So this is the base of an old mountain,
Yeah.
but now it is when you are inside it. This is up.
Still the top.
Or
Yeah.
this is
where's the
down
spiral
rather, and this
where?
is up.
Where's the spiral?
It's at the base.
The spiral is up here. There's
Yeah.
like this.
Oh,
like,
it
this
is up here?
Yeah, the
Oh.
this thing that's at the.
Okay,
At the
I was wrong this whole time.
cone of the
Wow.
mountain.
Spiral's up there. It's pointing down right now.
I don't know if anybody could see that, but.
It doesn't matter. They can see it in their minds. That's what we play D&D for anyways. So that spiral doesn't look anything like the helix that was found inside of Togotats when around that cold iron.
No, it's
Okay.
like a complete shell
Okay.
of a thing. Yeah.
Great.
You've heard this described as the Aegis that's protecting some.
Okay.
Mark's like,
Thank you for clarifying.
and you guys wake up and are on a mind flayer ship.
Yeah.
We've been in space the whole time.
It was a lot of fun.
The stasis tube slowly drains.
Yeah. It's all been a dream. 4 years of campaign. It's all been a dream.
all been a dream.
Oh, and you're level 1.
And that is how we restart the campaign. All of those years that you put into your characters.
How Mark destroyed his D&D group.
That would be a hell of a twist. I don't know. I don't think I'd quit. I'd be about it.
I'd be about it.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, let's go.
Do we still have the memories of the... It's all a simulation.
Yeah.
Once you break the simulation, that's when the real game starts.
Yeah.
All right. So we had, I think, 2 people here absent from last game. So an extra thorough group catch-up, please.
Excellent. Who wants to get started?
Great, found a piece of paper.
Okay.
Most importantly.
Fought some
Whoa.
sticky ghosts.
Yeah, but you're skipping a whole lot of things.
I
Okay,
know. I have to.
So-
I'm trying to figure out.
Josh and Johan and Beep Boop fixed the thing,
The music
The
box.
music box.
Music box.
and
So
Johan.
Maybe let's, for everybody's sake, why don't we just do I'll do a quick recap. And then we'll do it.
All right.
You're like,
just
all right.
just into the basic setting.
All right.
Struggling
Let's
here.
go. I was getting there.
Just to help us all out, be on the same page. What is the face? Is that a recognizable face?
No.
Or is it just a face?
No, it's just a face.
Okay.
It's Adidas. It's a cool looking shirt.
Anyway, you guys had ventured and caught up with a flying mountain, which recently decided it was time to start flying straight up.
It
or
came
more
from
or
the
less.
east.
It came from on the eastern side of the Cragspire Mountains, having been winding its way across the Bone Wastes for untold millennia. Now suddenly having changed its movement. You guys flew up to it, Shippy easily able to catch up to this rogue mountain, where you were met by some flying denizens of the mountain. A little found community of people, many of whom had their previous home or lives crossed or run over by Mount Ainaru, and found a new refuge, a new home upon its surface or the near interior. A life of scavenging from the world that the mountain passed through, and also from the interior, the more dangerous interior of the mountain itself, where strange monsters roam. You guys found a warm welcome among these people.
That's a real kitty cat like moment.
Yeah. And soon were met by a pair of keepers. People who live in the interior of Mount Ainaru, who occasionally make their journey to the exterior or the crust to trade with and just talk and discuss things and bring boons to the people who live in the crust on the outer layer of the mountain. You guys then, having found them expecting you, or at least Nazira, having learned that Nazira's other self that you fought with back in the vessel of Visicroth, the vampirate, you fought with a weird creature that came out of Nazira. And it seems that strange creature then, suffering some defeat, though stealing some of Nazira's essence, retreated into Nazira's clone body, stealing it, commandeering it, but courteously providing the components and the casting to replace it.
Very thoughtful.
Jerk.
And this.
And they just want to live like the rest of us.
It's true. They have nothing but.
It's not their fault they don't have a body.
Exactly. And it turns out that person is here in this mountain waiting for you. And you are now walking into the core of the mountain, being led by these two keepers, these two people who live here and have some familiarity with Nazira's alternate self. And you had just, all of you, especially Quilla and Xerox, just came through a not too tough fight. You all definitely participated and were very, very helpful. But you fought off some strange creatures when it turned out that you guys seem to have stumbled into the middle of a hunt of some kind. And were easily able to kill several of these monstrosities and disperse any remaining. The keepers, as promised, were unable to help defend you, and merely hid themselves for the duration of this encounter.
We they would get distracted by their memories in the middle of the fight.
What was I doing?
Yeah, exactly. So probably for the best.
Yes. So, we will be beginning in the aftermath of that fight as you guys collect yourselves and decide what to do next. But please, anybody, feel free to, like Gray's note about having found some fancy paper, add any additional notes or pieces of noteworthy interest or etc. from our last game or games. Go.
Go ahead.
No?
I was gonna say they're not elves, but they were reborn.
They're called
Samsarans.
They get confused when they're not close to the core.
Yeah. Well, we don't know if that changes if maybe they're just confused all the time.
The people who
but they
No, so they're following like so there's people that live on the mountain, but there's also people that live in the mountain in the center, and those are the Samsarans.
And then there's like a line, a section between them with monsters and all sorts of arcane aberrations.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and they tend to get confused when they're not in the center of the mountain, apparently.
From the way they were talking, it seemed like they didn't inhabit their bodies all the time, or usually.
We thought that.
Yeah.
And I poked one of them.
Yeah.
And he popped right back out of the trance that Josh put him in
Yep.
while singing songs of their past to them, oddly.
Josh found out that they were, what did he find out?
A little musical history.
Yeah.
Johan did find out things that I didn't get to in the recording when I was listening back.
I remember that... Nope, that was the wrong idea. 1 second here. Well, the music he remembered was like a sort of protest song against their habit.
Against them, yeah.
They were searching for ascension to divinity through their technological means, which Nazira doesn't know yet. And apparently I helped them or something in a past life.
How dare you.
Something like that. Or just like calmed them and took whatever I needed from them and left them their mountain stuck.
Yeah. There was, Johan remembered some like scrap of some like workers' song that he translated that mentioned the Samsarans as this like basically this cult of engineers, of arcanotech engineers obsessed with ascension of some kind, transcendence.
Oh, and they're going to the BHG reverie.
Yes, you guys all are on your way to the BHG reverie.
Which is interesting because that's describing the furthest point.
Wait a minute.
Arcanotech.
You ever have those moments where you can't remember whether or not you're remembering something from Critical Role or the campaign that you're currently playing?
Damn you, Matt Mercer!
Yeah.
Every time I try to say the collapse.
Evan!
Right, Arcanotech engineers.
Yes, what's up?
What was the celebration that they were having when we were in the past on a ship in Scofia? Scar. Whatever.
They were celebrating
Ascension's Day.
Nope, wrong day.
the key and the lock being, they were celebrating the moon being held in place. Is that correct?
There was a day of the Crawling King. What was it?
We were supposed to like meet up on that day, and we were getting the key and the lock there.
That holiday
But
have
they
a
were
name?
celebrating. But they were celebrating when we left, though, right? Not when we were getting there.
Yeah.
I think it was the locking up of the moon.
Okay. Maybe that was
Can
it.
the DM confirm on that one?
This is all heretical knowledge from a past that you are not privy to.
Okay, fine.
But we can certainly, out of character, yeah, you guys got on the ship, the airship, as the festival was continuing, but it was celebrating like I believe it was like the 100th anniversary or something like that. Of, yeah, the binding of the crawling darkness.
Okay, I think it's a critical role thing that I'm remembering then. Continuing on. Freaking Matt Mercer.
Oh, he must be one of our Patreons.
Oh, and I had said it's such a shame about the people living on the surface. And they were very circumspect about their answer.
Yes, you, with your roles, knew that they were very obviously, if not like overtly lying, were very much like covering up some truth or some truth to what you were saying that they didn't want to discuss.
And it seemed like they were gonna just maybe just leave the ship where it was or something like that as well.
Leave what ship?
The mountain ship. It's going into space, so it's a ship now.
It is going into space.
Oh, so we are going into space?
The mountain's going up.
It's going up.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know it's going up, but that's the goal.
I think that's the goal.
Yeah, with the Apogee Reverie, I think they're gonna find the furthest.
So they're gonna try to kill everybody on that side.
I was thinking that maybe they would all become a sacrifice for whatever they're trying to do.
Great.
Like this thing is sucking down psychic powers, so maybe it's just gonna like suck down everyone's psychic.
Yeah, that's another
why
thing.
We should attack it with the seed of.
Oh yeah, that's. Don't worry, that's in the back of Beep-Boop's mind. Everybody's gonna die.
Accounted for this.
Oh God! We weren't ready. The Dark Star Prince.
Yeah, that is something we should address. Make sure is just relevant or clear to everybody that there has been a something you've noticed mechanically with this place, basically like consuming psychic energy and like psychic magic.
Which is great because all my spells.
Yes.
Based on the interrolls, which are all psychic. So which is why we've had a long rest. Sorry, what was that, Carly?
You're cutting out a lot, Carly.
Does it back up just when you cast that?
Why can't we hear Carly?
Something cast that? I think it might be
Oh,
the
it's
microphone.
Is it the microphone?
Not her microphone.
Let's try this again.
There we go. That's better.
Okay. I tried to
bit.
use the fancier version of the mic and then it didn't work.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
I always have trouble with Discord. It's like, oh, you want noise canceling? Let's go all in on that.
Cancel all noise.
Yeah, exactly.
Fan on, now everything's canceled.
I forgot what I was gonna ask.
Oh, the spells not coming through that are psychic?
Yeah, something about casting.
Yeah, is it all magic that's affecting?
No.
You're just psychic.
Just psychic. Okay. So like, if you cast something that's a psychic spell, then there's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, for example, Zira noticed this with Rory's telepathic bond, which you guys all had connecting you last session. So you could talk to each other. That's now gone. And also with a few other things like read or like what was it, detect thoughts. Like that spell got just consumed by the mountain.
And like
oh, interesting.
Rory's timed out, but it was because it's only good for like an hour or something. But it was also like it felt like it was getting consumed. Like it would still work because it was cast outside of this radius. But I think that's my theory. But now it is. I was unable to recast it because it would just get swallowed by this psychic energy vortex at the center of the mountain. Which is, I wonder if like the people who originally lived here had like maybe some say on and like everyone, like if there was a whole society, kind of like the Githzerai and Limbo, and they just all contributed to making this thing work. Or maybe there was a god living here and they just contributed to making this thing work. Who knows?
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
So everybody here is wearing like Magneto helmets.
Yeah. I wonder if I wonder what like spell like Mind Blink would do.
I'm interested to figure that out. That's what I was thinking.
It's already been cast.
Somebody has Mind Blank on them right now.
Xerox, would that be you?
Yep.
Fantastic.
Always Xerox. Protect your barbarians.
That's right.
Protect them so they can protect you.
Yes. All right. That's enough recap.
Yeah.
I want to kill some stuff.
You just did. You lie.
Yeah,
you right now stand.
Just, like we're all covered in spider guts
battlefield.
and like monstrous creature guts.
Yeah. So to set the scene for you all, to let you take it from there. Yeah, you guys had been traveling. You've left this area of what was clearly designed to be like living space and like very nice and somewhat luxurious and like open and expansive, despite being carved into the interior of a mountain. This like openly designed space is transitioned to where you are now in, which is very much like utility tunnels and access and different things that seem to be like whatever they actually did to this place, like this was where the actual work was done in these sorts of spaces. The rest was for whatever residents would actually like live in this place, whether that be the workers or other people. From what you heard from Johann's memory, with I think it was like a 30 on that roll to get that scrap of labor music.
So well.
You doubt that those luxurious accommodations and open spaces were for the people who actually built this place by and large.
They were for the ruling.
And in fact, some of the places that you've passed through look to be at least having at one point served as like barracks or like living quarters for a much more tightly packed and less luxurious looking sort of setup. But you guys have again departed from the nice exterior living portions of Mount Ainaru and are now traveling through the utility access to various parts and elements of the mountain on your way to what you believe is of course a reunion with whatever is awaiting Nazira, but also heading towards the core and inner workings of this mountain, this massive flying geological ship that is now ascending high above the world. And in one such kind of intersection of several utility tunnels and such, you guys found yourselves right in the middle of a trap laid not for you, but for dozenish of these strange, mostly grown arachnid creatures that had strange malformed parts of their bodies displaying humanoid characteristics. Many of them having some amount of a head, a human head, protruding out of their bodies above their mandibles. Some of them having several spider eyes, and then the rest of their head just like a strange mutation of a pained, typically, humanoid-looking face. Those creatures were being hunted by these other things, also multi-limbed, but seemingly designed or artificed for slaughter. Like, they are not natural creatures. Any of you could tell before Gray identified them as probably not good for eating. But those things were also turned away by you guys, slaying many, and any that remained, having fed what they could, maybe to return to this place to feed on their kill later after these dangerous interlopers have left. But you find yourselves again with the keepers, the Samsarans, ending their invisibility. As they say to you all, we're pleased that you could defend yourselves. These halls will only grow more dangerous until we reach the core.
Thanks for all the help.
At your leisure, you can continue on. But if you need to take a moment to rest and recover your strength, by all means.
Xerox shakes some ore off her hammer. Let us carry on then.
Can we move the mic a little bit further down the table? I'm having trouble picking up Jared.
That may just be I need to enunciate. So, yeah.
Enunciation is for cowards. We
Thank you.
blurt through our words.
My character would mumble.
I'm just rolling.
Xerox is just.
Does anybody need rest?
Oh, the two of you who were absent last session, just so you're not coming into this without having expended any resources at all, just roll one of your hit die and call that damage taken for the encounter.
Which die?
One hit die.
Okay.
How big are these halls?
They certainly vary. The one that you guys were recently traveling through, like wide and low. It's probably like 10, 12 feet wide, this hallway, but does not give a huge amount of clearance for Xerox. Like Xerox is probably, you're what, like 6'10" or something?
I put her at 6'8".
6'8". So you're, Xerox probably doesn't, it's probably like 8 feet of height in these tunnels, in most of them, but wide enough for like lots of, transportation or vehicles, or even to move through this space. Some of them though are wider and larger as well, but they vary.
I'll eventually want to rest, but I think I can still move go along.
Well,
If we do need to take a second, we can.
no.
Oh,
I'm anxious to get to the middle.
I still have magic left, but I'll need a little bit of time eventually. Maybe after we run into any trouble again.
Well, hopefully not. We got your back. Don't you remember the big help game?
Certainly.
We follow you.
By all means, we're happy to lead the way once again. And just their faces, despite their expression of happiness that you've remained unharmed and were able to defend yourselves, they still have that passive, benign expression across their face that is virtually never perturbed by anything. And they continue to speak in that soft tones. And as they walk one of them like is looking around and seems, and for a moment just lost in a reverie, perhaps caused by something related to the gore that you guys have just created in this space or assisted to create in this space. And as they just like walk slowly, you can tell in that moment where they take that slightly different disposition of their body looser, less manicured, less like controlled, but they continue on deeper into Mount Einhorn.
It's like they use their bodies as a mask almost, or a garment.
But then where are they?
Well, you're behind the mask, right? You wear a mask, but the mask doesn't show your betrayed or inner thoughts.
Let's all speak up for the.
But the mask doesn't betray your inner thoughts. / whisper.
Possible.
Gray will pull out his paper and show it to Nazira. What say? And hold it upside down to her.
I'll take a look at it.
Gray, you touch the device, and it like the words show on it, and as you like walk over to Nazira, by the time it's turned to you, Nazira, you see just what looks to be a thin slab of like dark metal.
What's this, Gray? I kind of. It's just some metal.
Do I see it as metal also?
Yeah, you turn it back around to yourself, and it's just blank once again.
Okay, a dot paper. Shows it back in his bag.
This is something you've seen it do. This has been a couple weeks. This is something you've seen it do before.
I think you saw it turn on and off.
Yeah. But you're welcome to take that character choice. But I do just want to make sure Evan, the player, knows that you have seen this behavior in the thing before. With it, like after periods of inactivity, will sometimes just stop being paper again and just be a rock.
Gray's used to seeing things like transform and change. He's just assumed it's no longer paper at this point, but who knows?
Fair enough. Yeah, Gray puts it back in his bag.
Just hold on, Gray. Cool. Do you detect any magic from that?
I think the last time we. No.
I will cast detect magic.
What was that?
Did we try that
I detect
already?
magic.
I don't think we did.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, we heard you. Joel just mumbled something, and we're trying to figure out if what he said mattered at all, and he won't cooperate.
No, he said, did we cast that already? Or did we try that already?
I couldn't tell if that was one of the things that got sucked up into the mountains.
No, you have not. You have not had that issue with this spell. Yeah, and Quilla, you cast detect magic, and your eyes light up with that arcane energy, and you look at this. Well, I mean, unless Gray, I mean, we're in the realm of a little bit of redaction. So, Gray, what's your like? Somebody set the scene for me so I can interpret this.
So while Gray's starting to put it away, I'll be like, oh wait, Quilla, can you detect any magic from that? But if it gets put in Gray's bag or not is, I guess, dependent on Gray and Quilla.
Yeah, Gray will pull it back out if people have shown some interest in it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Gray.
It absolutely has magic associated with it. It is absolutely glowing with enchantment. Certainly spells of like transmutation, altering the actual like substance and material of it, and then also like Ooh, man, how do I characterize some of these things?
Illusion?
Some sort of, we'll go with, illusion would be great. Illusory magic and some other, like, bits, but those were probably the two primary, like, school-associated things you can pull from it.
Maybe a little conjuration?
A bit.
A little abjuration, just
I
for
literally
durability.
know. Transmutation? Illusion? This is not. There's something else going on here.
Do you mind if I take a look at it, Gray?
Big words take. I'm gonna hand it off.
Well, we're just gonna take a quick break here.
Ah, a rest.
Yes. You know, weak mortal bodies and all.
Yes, we understand. And they remain a respectful distance from you all, letting you just take a little break.
I'll just do it.
They stand, both of them, about 30 feet away from you,
Okay.
both in a like passive stance, as if they just like went into offline mode or something almost. Both of them just seem to be like letting themselves flow into their reverie, their memories or something, and just begin to daydream, it seems.
So I'll take advantage of this, and I'll also stand behind Xerox. And going to cast or use my identify ritual spell.
Okay. So you guys gotta wait around for at least the 10 minutes here.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna like try to sneak up around them and see if they notice me a little bit. Maybe peek in their clothes if I can see if they have anything on them of interest.
Sure. Yeah, you've got 10 minutes.
But
Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
I don't want to derail you all. I'm just interested. Oh wait, this was a bad idea. Yeah, it was a bad idea.
While that's happening, Willa is also just walking around looking at, seeing if there's other like detect magic stuff. Looking for a glow anywhere around us.
Yeah. So we've got a few things going on here. We've got 10 minutes on the clock. You guys split up and just start investigating a couple things. Beep Boop, you got a 20 what?
I got a 6.
A 6?
I have disadvantage.
Oh, I saw that 20 and I was like, oh, advantage got a nat 20.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool.
So you got a 6.
I got 6.
Okay. Great.
Way less cool.
And Quilla, give me an investigation check.
Okay. Not great. A 7.
Yeah. Way to keep it under 10.
Rolls tonight.
I mean, I did roll a natural.
Yeah, I know. You wasted it on this.
Quilla, you don't see much in the hallway you're in. You'd have to venture a decent way away from the party before you see anything like any other like rooms or chambers that might have anything. But there's nothing in the like immediate surroundings aside from the arcane illumination provided in this space. That's just providing some ambient light. Aside from that, you'd probably find some place like perhaps it might be natural light, might be like some haze that you're seeing through your detect magic. But there is something coming, but it's down the hallway back the way these monsters came from, down the hallway. It's not the direction the keepers are leading you.
And that's not the direction we came from?
No, you guys came to like this sort of intersection where several hallways met.
Okay.
And this is neither where you came from nor where it seems you are going.
I'll ask the keepers what's down there.
You return to the party to see Beep Boop is like looking like their face 6 inches away from one of the keepers, like looking at them intently, trying to see if they're awake, if they're like responsive. and you see just in time as they're like about to like start like reaching into the very like slight robes, like or like these silken robes that are not like I've described them before. They're not carrying any like belts or bags or utility. So when Beep Boop is going to like search them, Beep Boop is getting very close to search their bodies basically, and you see Beep Boop like their hand like reaching out. You know that this person is aware that Beep Boop is like right in front of them, reaching towards their person. Do you want to intervene?
Yeah, I'll just be like, hey, Beep Boop. I was wondering about what was down there. Did you remember what was back that way?
Maybe this one knows.
May I help you with something?
This fabric is astounding. What's it made out of?
It is fine silk. It's produced only here in Enaru.
I was going to say something else, but that is intriguing to me. Where is it that you have more of the silk?
In the core, I can provide you with any such things you wish. The clothing. I notice you're a crafter of some sort.
Oh, yes. Only the best. This scarf is for you.
Well, thank you.
It's not done yet.
Oh.
I'm just working on it.
This place was built by people with clever hands such as you.
I have heard a little bit in the song, I think. Maybe? I don't know what Johan was... all of the words.
Johan did not like.
He
Johan,
didn't tell us
yeah,
anything.
I clarified.
Great.
No, I clarified
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Johan
Oh, yeah,
that the song was
yeah,
like
yeah,
an
okay,
anti-Samsaren
Yeah.
thing. So he did not play that.
What do you know of those people that built this place? What kinds of things did they build?
Many clever devices. They were very good at fabricating what was shown to them.
By who?
By us, of course.
Like ships and armor and machines.
This place was always meant for greater things than mere warfare and conflict.
And yet, it's always where we arrive.
You considered perhaps you might bring those things with you.
The devils came first. We helped. Although I would agree that our strategy tends to be bash first, ask questions later. If you have any weird dreams, we apologize. Anyways, Quilla, what were you saying, hallway?
Quilla?
No, Quilla's muted.
She's moved on. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get so close, but this fabric is... You have to give me some. Is it magic?
I am there. I just had trouble.
Its production employs arcane tools, yes.
Quill, are you picking up any magic from these robes?
Am I picking up magic from the road?
No, they seem to be at this point, even if they had, if they're like conjured or like had other magic involved in their creation, they are now at this point just mere mundane material.
Okay. I was wondering if our friends had any magic on them.
Oh yes. They are, both of them, covered in illusion magic.
Cool. I'm not going to say anything about that right now.
Wait, when I poked them before, did it feel normal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Interesting.
Cool.
Xerox will amuse herself by taking her javelin of lightning and kind of like spinning it in the air a little bit. Like catching it real quick before it hits the low ceiling. Watching it spark a little bit.
That looks fun.
Gray's just keeping a close eye on his magic paper to make sure no one takes it.
I'm going to take a bathroom break.
Okay.
Potty break!
So, we've definitely talked that these people are trying to sacrifice the people on the outside.
I don't think they're trying to.
It might be a consequence of what they're doing.
They're just going up without. But Shippy has an air barrier
to
protect us.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be because they go up.
Oh. We haven't really figured out.
I mean, there's no reason not to believe that there's no air up there.
The air up there?
Yeah, they're up there.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, we're pretty high up.
I mean, maybe she does know something about. They certainly know about interstellar objects, but not about like the void or anything like that. I think because no one's been up there.
Yeah.
Togatos came from there.
That's true. What did he have to say about it?
I don't think we interrogated that.
We didn't.
Okay.
Are we still telepathically connected to them?
No, we're
No.
not, alas.
But we did find out that Shippy can protect us when we're up high. And it also has an artificial gravity like the mountain.
So that might just be
Can be an assumption.
That might just be what it is up there.
It might
There's
be.
plenty of air and
maybe space is different in
D&D.
the globe, the flat plane that we're on. Tell you the truth, we might be on a flat planet because we have never seen the curvature.
Well, we did see that one map of the unbroken world.
Oh, that was recently, wasn't it?
That was really recently, with the continent on the far to the west.
That was like last episode.
Yeah, and it only showed like part of the continent.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we could be on a flat disc.
We're on a flat disc, right? I've seen the map.
I was going to ask. Because we were talking about like the mountains being to the east, and I was like, well, how far around is it to the Imperium?
Has anyone seen the ice walls? Wait, the CIA is here?
But would we know anything?
The One Gold Imperial Alliance.
GI.
Would we know anything from Togatos about whether it's like void in space or oxygen rich or what's going on up there? See, I think it's just going to be a byproduct of whatever they're doing with the psychic energy.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
But we don't know for
they
sure.
definitely don't care about the people on the outside.
I mean,
they care. I think they get things from them.
Yeah, they like having them there.
Psychic
They're
energy.
like little pets.
This is all metagaming, but
you
know.
We're having a quick whispered conversation.
Yeah, right.
No, I mean,
but you guys, in all seriousness, you do have some like actual time where you guys, some of this could actually be some amount of shared.
I mean, I'm just trying to get like how does Xerox feel about these people, since they're like may or may not be leading to the deaths of all these people on the outside?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Zeros shared her suspicion.
Okay, then never mind. Xerox is just...
She did ask some rather pointed questions. So if you have an insight, then you might be able to catch what she's...
I think the first few times that we were bonded, you did mention that you didn't trust them very much.
Yeah, that could be.
Anyway.
I also guessed that you were elves that didn't die.
Mm-hmm.
That was false. And also...
We learned a lot about assumptions last session.
I mean...
We did actually learn a lot about assumptions last session.
Zera's always full of them and she always believes them.
It's in the flaws section of her character sheet. Constantly believing her own assumptions.
Because they're too often right.
I mean, they are very often correct.
Yeah, so you guys retreat from the keepers, the Samsarans, have a quick conversation, and also you still have potential magic to investigate, as well as a book or paper to look at.
I shall dub it a tablet.
Genius.
While we're waiting for the identifier spell, I will ask them what's down the other way.
Forget what's down that passage. I have not walked it in a long time. You found something of interest to you.
You haven't been down there in a long time?
No, that's been countless years, I'm sure.
Do I believe that?
Give me an insight check.
Okay. So hold on. Like 12?
12?
Yep.
These people, it seems plausible. These people so often barely even seem to be aware of their surroundings. You can imagine them easily having forgotten some huge swaths of their own memory, or not. Who knows? But they don't seem to be lying, or certainly not being very. They're not being oppositional in this. You don't think?
Beep Boop, want to go with me? Xerox?
I'll venture down. I don't have...
Just while the Zero's working.
Seems safe enough. Let's see what there is to see.
You do remember that we just were attacked by giant spider... Yeah, let's go down the hall.
So far.
That's why I bring the violence with me.
Exactly.
How long has it been
Since
since we've been waiting for...
I'd say 5 minutes.
Yeah. Alright. Excellent. Let's go.
Okay. It's not too far, but you leave Nazira behind. Anybody staying? Who's going? Who's staying?
Gray's staying. He's got to keep an eye on his paper.
Yep.
I wondered
Smart.
which would come up as more important.
Me, Xerox, and...
I assume Johan's staying around too. But he's working on a song, so he's oblivious.
Yeah,
Johan
absolutely.
is in a similar stupor as the...
Yeah. You just see him like whispering to himself, like working through various lyrics and like chords and stuff.
What would rhyme with reverie?
Those of you who do bravely venture down the hallway a little farther. How long is your detect magic up?
10 minutes.
So yeah, we'll say it's still rolling. You do see.
And
go ahead.
I can cast it at will, so.
Oh, so it's effectively okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always good. A good note. So thank you. I'd appreciate if you keep reminding me of that because like there will be potentials where casting it may be a challenge, or present some. Anyway, but for the moment, you continue with detect magic rolling. What does it look like for Quilla to be walking around with your detect magic active?
I think there's just a slight glow, like almost the same glow that of objects that are detected from the rod of the tide ring.
Yeah. You feel the magic of the Tidebringer's Call, I think is what I officially changed its name to, so people would stop making rod jokes. I have to describe a haft or a shaft and a head of the thing enough that, we'll just take what wins we can. The Tidebringer's Call, or Call of the Tidebringer, it glows with this arcane energy, and as the you see in that chamber, there is certainly, as you get a little bit closer, you can certainly tell there is some magical aura or something that you are seeing some telltale signs of. How do you guys want to approach?
Stealthily.
I'll go quietly, and I'll send my bird out there first, just in case.
Xerox is clanky, so she doesn't really.
Just give it your best shot. We're all a little clanky here.
I think you both have disadvantage on stealth.
Right.
Okay. I'll attempt.
Yeah, we can attempt.
She's
How far ahead are you gonna?
All the loose bits of her armor.
Just holding all the clanking metal and weapons, like steady.
I mean, Quilla just rolled a natural one for stealth, so.
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
How far ahead are you sending your creature?
I'll send him all the way in. Just come back if you see something that looks dangerous. Otherwise, I'll find you. Ooh, guess who else rolled a natural one? Woohoo!
8 stuff.
Yeah.
I started trying to be stealthy about 20 feet from the door.
It's like all this like stomping and clanking and stuff, and then you're like 20 feet away. We're like, all right, everybody, let's be real quiet. You guys see as you are making your final approach, like within like the last 20 feet, your familiar bolt out of the room and back to you.
Shit.
To your shoulder.
We should not go that way without expecting dangerous things.
Okay.
We probably can't afford a confrontation right now, so I agree.
We didn't kill all those creatures last time.
We didn't.
Okay.
Quilla, you see the like arcane, the aura of arcane energy like shift and like the color of it almost like change a little bit before it stops changing. It's like gone from, it's like the color just like went a little bit darker. It seemed like almost like the sources of light were moving around or something. Like shadows were being cast in that aura you're looking at or something. It's weird to like describe this like arcane perception overlaying your natural sight.
The magic in there is strange.
Well,
Cool just sort of stops and doesn't like go forward or back.
I feel like if we're going to go have a fight, we might as well have everybody.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I mean, I believe in your arm, Xerox, but...
I'm flattered. But let's retreat, and I will cover our flank.
I was going to say the same.
No, I'm in the back.
Fine. I'll be in the middle.
Have we noticed any abilities of the other creatures here being able to like detect magic or like, see through invisibility or things like that?
No, the brief interaction you've had with the strange creatures in this place, you've not noticed any sort of like ability like that.
Okay. Cool's really curious about this magnet.
Yeah, I'm really curious. I'm just not trying to split the party then immediately start a fight.
Yeah.
I mean, not to, convince you to split the party and start a fight. You're not that far away from the party, so you might as well just run in there.
I know, but I also don't want to just shit all over what they're trying to do. We can wait 10 minutes to go down this.
She's gonna step aside to Xerox and whisper, I could turn into a bat. Take a look.
Does it interest you that much?
I'm very curious.
Well, I trust your instincts if you feel the need.
I'll do my best to stay on site.
I will support you.
This is happening. I quickly knit together a little wristband and place it on Quilla, casting guidance on you.
Aw.
Go with luck.
Yeah, I will call in my face luck and try to go with the bat.
Absolutely.
Damn you, Mark.
What? I'm just responding to you guys. We're telling the story together. You all die. Yeah, why don't you, are you going to try and sneak up as a bat now? If so, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
I'm trying to think if there's a different kind of bird that might be in a cave that's not, like, technically have vision and stuff. It's weird. I don't know if that matters.
I couldn't quite make that out. What was that?
I was trying to think about a bat's vision. I guess it's blind sight. I was wondering if a bat can still detect magic.
A bat cannot detect magic naturally, no.
Well, I mean, like, see objects.
No, like bats have sight. Unless I don't like you. If your interest is a flying creature, that I don't think any natural creature, any beast is going to have some sort of magic sight. I think the best you could do is
just
like a eagle or something might have advantage on checks based on sight. So you could custom any sort of creature you want and just call it that sort of creature for this.
Okay. I'll just stick with the bat because I want a little tiny, like, not super obvious.
Yeah.
Critter.
Fantastic. You transform into a bat and fly up to the doorway. Want to give me a stealth check if you're trying to be stealthy?
Yes, I am. I'm rolling so poorly.
Don't forget that D4.
7. Oh, yeah. I mean, it might help. It brought me up to 11.
There you go.
Oh.
That's less of failing.
Yeah, I mean, how much noise can you possibly be making? You're a little bat. You fly up and like land on the like door frame and peer inside.
I grab on upside down and just kind of look in.
Awesome.
And then suddenly you die, and it was weird. And then
yeah, you see there is this sort of long room that you are peering into that's well lit, and what you can see is you cast polymorph.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's concentration, so you no longer have detect magic up through your.
Correct.
Okay. So you see a long room that's well lit. It has what look to be a lot of like some sort of like tables with like shelves under them and stuff that are meant for like work tables or something of some kind. But between you and these like 4 of these like workstations is a more like a lounging area. It looks like there's like some couches and things. Actually, the furniture seems to be arranged around a tree that's in a like pot and is rotating in the center of this this open like space. You see this tree rotating around, and it's odd to see this full tree. It looks like obviously not like a bonsai, but like if you were to take a full-grown tree and shrink it down into what you could fit into a room with like a 12-foot or 15-foot ceiling. It's kind of decently sized space, but it's like this full tree that's just kind of been shrunken down almost and put into a potter box or like this strange like metallic sort of giant vase for it, and it's just rotating around in this space. And you think that that's the immediate assumption you could of course make is that not to put words in your brain per se, but like just to communicate what I'm describing, like this is obviously like looking at that, you're like, yeah, that's obviously magic of some shit, like something. So that may have been what your vision saw, especially as it like that shifting of it or something. You're not really sure though.
What kind of tree is it?
Interesting.
Branchy, leafy tree.
It's an oak tree.
Not like a pine tree.
Some sort of
Deciduous.
more deciduous tree. I really need to relearn my natural biology to describe things better for D&D.
Oak, willow, birch, poplar.
It looks like some of these, yes.
I love a poplar tree.
They are nice.
Do I see anything else moving in there?
Just a rotating tree.
Who's gonna give the tree a wide berth and fly to like some other little appendage to like on the wall to just perch on?
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to go too far yet.
Yeah, from what you can see, the room's probably like maybe 30, 40 feet wide, probably 100 feet, 120 feet maybe deep. It's a large like working area, it seems, and there's a lot of like shelving and stuff in the back that seems to have a bunch of who knows what supplies and materials and stuff. You're not sure what to make of all this stuff. Like much of this place inside this mountain, its purpose is, much of it you're sure would require either some very insightful rolls or a significant amount of like actual just research, of just investigation and time spent with the stuff to understand it. But you're welcome to investigate any aspects of this that you're interested in. Aside from wanting to avoid the tree in this space, is there anything that you want to investigate? What you've seen so far as past this place with the tree and stuff is this like working area and like basically like some stock shelves past that, it seems like.
Yeah, I don't think I have a lot of like intelligence skills or assessment skills.
No, yeah, you're polymorphed.
But I'll fly around as long as I don't feel like the tree is reacting. I'm gonna like keep to the border and just sort of try to see everything.
Yeah. Yeah, why don't you just give me
if that seems like a reasonable decision for a bat.
Yeah, why don't you give me seems like you're trying to do just a flyby to make sure there's nothing too scary or worrying in this space. Why don't you give me a perception check?
Well, I finally rolled well, but I'm a bat. So let's see, perception is a wisdom thing. Oh, it's a +1, 20.
20? Wow.
And bats have blind sense.
Yeah.
I don't think that's really relevant right now, but that's cool.
They have a +1 wisdom.
That is relevant and cool. Wise little bats. Yeah, you fly around the space, and there are. It looks to be mostly like seemingly benign to you, and not that interesting to your bat brain. It looks like there's like lots of places that would be useful for maybe like, you know, staying or hiding or resting, but there's not like interesting like food or, you know, smells around here. You can certainly also remember your intent to like look for this, like you remember you have friends that are, you know, big people, and you want to like look out for like threats to them too. But nothing that seems to jump out at you. You notice though that there is a finding numerous places that would serve as like little clutches or potentially like even like colony locations for bats. You find as you keep an eye on that tree, such a place exists in that vase at the base of that tree. There on it, as it spins, you find that one side of it has a little like receptacle thing, and it looks like it would be an inviting and dry place to fly into if you needed to. But you are also of the other mind, you know, trying to avoid that worrying tree. So like you part of the reason you notice it there is because of your anxiety around it.
I'm just gonna perch and stare at it for a while. Something comes out of it, might move around it. Beyond the tree itself.
Give me a perception check. You can take this with well, how close do you want to get? Bat's vision isn't the best in the animal kingdom. They're obviously not blind, but yeah, how close are you gonna get to observe this thing?
Okay, like you said there's sort of like a central gathering area. Is there any like furniture or anything I can like kind of obscure myself a little with?
Yeah, absolutely. This room, like many of the others you've seen, has such a strange combination, like I mentioned last session, of soft fabrics and upholstery and stuff that has, in some cases, like just moldered and weathered away by time. But also, so many elements of this place have been constructed, and whatever strange materials they made so much of this place and the furniture and other things out of has been incredibly durable and long lasting. So you see things rotted right next to things in like pristine condition. And that's true in this place as well. And you find that some of the furniture has some of this stuff that's been, you know, just rotted away, but much of it is still in great condition, offering many places to perch and observe from.
And then can I also listen for something? I actually have keen hearing.
Yeah, give me a perception check. You can do
The keen hearing means that I get it. If that's valid.
You just give me one of both. Give me a perception check with sight and a perception check with listening.
Okay.
The listening one will be with advantage.
So for sight, I got.
Got what?
13.
13.
And for hearing, I got 9.
I didn't catch that.
Only 9.
9, so 13 and 9. Aside from the, every once in a while you feel like you might hear something, but you can never quite identify it aside to maybe, something to do with the tree's rotation. But you don't know if that's like magical or mechanical or what's going on with, how that actually works. Or if there's an actual tree there, or if it's just an illusion. Like, all of that you're unsure of, but something about that device you think is making some amount of noise.
Ola will... She's not going to go in whatever it is, but she's going to very cautiously close it, and then kind of like listen, like put it in like a bit, and then she's going to dart out to her friends.
Hey Carly, can you go to your Discord settings?
Sure.
And see if you have like noise suppression or something like that, and try to turn it off. You're getting cut off a lot, so.
Okay.
She's coming clear on my end.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Like, just us? She might be getting feedback.
I wonder if the speaker has a problem.
Maybe.
It might be that you're getting feedback from yourself.
Actually, I think it is because I can hear the speaker.
Let's try this. Go again.
Okay.
Better. See?
So I was gonna. That work?
Yeah.
Okay, so I fly very carefully and like try to be like stealthily a little up to like end of the hole. Like up to like maybe a foot away.
Ooh.
Foot away from the bowl? Yeah,
A little
absolutely.
bit, but a look through. And then I'm gonna dart towards the door and try to go back to my friends really fast.
Maybe you could turn Carly down just a little bit.
I already did, but it's, I don't know.
I can turn myself down too. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, maybe.
Is that any better?
It's a little.
It's hard to say because like when you speak like at a really level volume and like right into the mic, like when you're doing a test or something, it usually sounds right or good. But then when you're like more like doing some more organic like vocal variation and stuff, then it like cuts off and.
Because I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Carly is going to describe calmly what Ola is going to describe it.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I didn't hear it. I didn't understand any of that.
Also.
That was clever.
I don't know at all. I was looking around for like an empty box or something.
But like the problem is like this also just like makes a wall for her voice to come to me.
You don't need to hear Mark.
I think now is when someone says just like real life.
It is just like real life.
Evan is so clear. I don't know why Evan is so clear and Carly's like so not clear.
I hate technical difficulties.
I know, me too.
I'm using a headset. That may make a difference.
That could be. Carly, are you using speakers or a headset?
You scared her away.
I did.
Now she's
I'm
gone
sorry,
forever.
Carly. I take it back. I'll unwall you. We want you here.
I do miss me some Carly.
Me too.
Yeah, we gotta get Remy and Paisha cool with each other.
That would be nice.
Are they having you're a dog and I don't know what to do and now I'm a little angry. This is my dog territory.
Paisha's definitely having some of that. But like Paisha, we've been on a long break with Paisha like meeting dogs that she's not already cool with.
Yeah.
Because she's on medication and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she had a few issues where she would grab onto other dogs' collars and not let go, which is a very worrying thing when that could easily translate to grabbing onto a dog's neck and not letting go.
Yeah.
Oh.
You hear me better now?
Yes. Sounded good.
Okay. I'm still struggling with my technology, but this is way better.
Alright. I dig it.
Yeah.
Right.
Party on, Garth.
Quilla is going to get really close to the hole as a bat, very sneakily.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to see what she can see and rapidly, panickingly fly out the door because that's a little fish.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me another stealth check as you make a second pass at this thing now, trying to approach it.
Oh gosh, it's tough. It landed on my notebook. 5.
Perfect.
Yeah. So you are a bat, and you flap through the air. You like jump off your little perch on a nearby piece of furniture. You like this partially rotted away couch. You fly towards the thing as it's rotating. You're waiting to. You expect that little receptacle hole or whatever it is in the pot of the tree to be turning to face you soon, and you hop off, fly your little bat wings through the air, making that little weird noise that bats make as they fly with their little clicking noise almost, and you do not make it there without being noticed.
By what?
And as you are flying nearer and nearer to the vase thing, you see above the receptacle, you know enough in your bat brain to recognize some engraved or otherwise some writing either raised raised up from the surface of the vase itself. You can't read it, I think. Give me an intelligence check.
I think bats have 1 intelligence.
Yeah.
A natural 20.
Woohoo! Sorry.
-5.
With a natural 20, I'll give you.
-4, actually.
-4.
I'll give you
okay.
a little sample of what you read here. You read a name that you don't know.
Okay.
You read something about living furniture.
Oh.
And your little bat brain is having these sparks of the latent actual intelligence of your real form. And as these little sparks of insight are banging around in your little bat head, the tree moves again and swings a limb down at you, flying through the air. It is going to try and hit you.
No.
God, that's such like a tree.
Oh, classic tree.
Treants always.
Its first attack is a 20 to hit.
Oh, that definitely hit.
That bad AC.
You take
Not hit points.
6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Not bad.
That's yep, that's definitely gonna hit my D1 or my D4 -1.
Okay.
So I pop back into Quilla form.
Any over damage carries over to your current form.
Okay.
Any damage beyond your bat's HP.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 hit point, so that would be 5 to Quilla.
Yeah. Then you also take 19 points of poison
Jesus
damage.
fucking Christ.
Wow.
As the tree begins to as in addition to swinging a branch at you, begins to like sweat. And as it sweats and glistens in the light in this room, its form begins to change and mold itself in a like strange organic shape-changing way. And that branch is now like in this moment like a bladed pseudopod.
Willa's gonna bolt.
Yeah, why don't you roll initiative?
How much of this can we hear?
You guys heard the just like all like just on the other side of the door out in the hallway. Heard like a little like flapping sound of the bat. A few like little high pitched like, did I hear something just now? And then you hear a bam, just like the bat being thrown against the ground and being transformed back into Quilla's body. You heard something happen for sure. So go, you guys can roll initiative as well.
Even Miss Zero now?
I'll say that until you guys see or hear something more obvious from the people, so probably not this round. But once you hear the rest of your party responding to this in the hallway, you'll notice that.
How many minutes has gone by, Mark?
80,000.
I mean, the creation of the universe?
Since you started casting. We were at 5 minutes when we left. Has it been more than 5 minutes?
Yeah, we'll get you at 7.5.
Okay. I'll join you in 200 rounds.
You're mean, Mark.
120 rounds. Sorry, that's what it is. Plus 30. 150 rounds.
I rolled 13. Initiative.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
An arduous training process.
Oh, fantastic. Oops, I probably started that table too high. We'll make do. Beep Boop, what'd you get?
6.
6 for Beep Boop. Nazira, what'd you get?
I'm rolling next round, remember?
Oh, that's fine. Yes, Xerox. 20 for Xerox.
There's soup on the stove whenever y'all want to eat it.
Quilla.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay, and Gray, you can roll now or next turn, doesn't matter to me. But in either case, no action this round.
Yep, 14 for me.
14.
Well, then I roll 2.
Oh.
20.
20.
Okay.
No, take it back that way.
So, Xerox, you hear this unmistakable, the unmistakable sound of violence against flesh. You hear that the initial slap against a small bat form, which you recognize as the sound of a small body being splattered by immense force. And then you hear the sound of Quilla slamming into the ground, being knocked prone.
Xerox will bolt towards the entrance, hefting her javelin of lightning and how far back are we?
I would say you guys are probably like 20.
No, she said 20 feet from the door earlier. I
Yeah.
just
Get
stuck
up to
around
the
there.
door.
I don't want to come to you.
Yeah, using 20 feet of movement to get to the door, you see this strange writhing form, this organic thing that is like, clearly it's like weird like bifurcation of like limbs out from a central trunk that's like spinning and like swinging this arm down at what you see Quilla, and it's aiming. It's like rising up to like swing down with another like impaling strike. It's probably another 20 feet from the door.
Okay, I would be within range, so I would just let the javelin go. I'll do that recklessly because I'm just seeing this. That will be 25 to hit.
That hits.
And 9 points piercing damage plus 15 lightning damage.
Nice. So 24.
24, and then
just double check. No save against the lightning, or does it make a dex save?
You know, those trees are notorious for their dexterous.
Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, yeah, dexterity saving throw, DC 13.
It does pass.
Okay, so
you see you throw this like dead on, but as you like come into this space, you can like, you are trying to understand what you're looking at in this like another crazy ass magic thing in this crazy place. But this thing recognizes you as a threat, and as you hurl your javelin, you can see its like twisting organic form is like shifts out of the contact, out of the way of your javelin, and it like makes instead of hitting it straight in the main stalk of this thing, it just like clips a large branch instead, like spraying this like organic like fluid almost, and like severing this branch from it. But it takes half of the lightning damage.
And then I'll use my bonus action to fly into a rage and throw my second. So it's 20 feet from the door. I'd be able to get up to it. I would just plow straight into it and swing my hammer on it.
Mm-hmm.
Recklessly, 25 to hit.
Yeah.
And
nice catch.
13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice. Fantastic. You slam into this thing. It has this is no illusion at all. This thing has a solid body that your hammer slams into.
And I will also use I will also yell at Quilla, "To the door! Get to the door!"
Right,
and that will end my turn.
Okay, nice. Next up, to run up to this strange tree in Quilla's body, you had to run past some of the furniture, Zero.
Fucking bitch.
Oh God.
And one of the more well-kept lounges begins to also shift and bend its organic form. It lashes out like a cushion, like swings out onto the ground and becomes this appendage that pulls itself towards you, chasing after you as you run past it. It is going to try and take some attacks against you.
Nibbles, is that you animating furniture?
Stop it! Do you know how long your turns are taking? Oh man. Just a 15 and a 13 to hit. Two hits from this creature go. Just make. Like one of them even like makes contact with your shield and armor, but you just like quickly deflect it, taking no significant damage. And then we go to its counterpart, the tree.
It's a tree. It's a tree.
The former tree is going to make its attacks against you, Quilla.
Okay.
This is going to be a grapple attack here. So this is an opposed athletics check. That's a 18.
Against my 3.
Haha! It grabs you, Quill. You like expect a blow to come down with heavy force, but instead it like lands on you, and instead of like harming you, merely controls and manipulates your body, pulling your leg closer and closer to that receptacle in the plant's base.
Ah, it's hungry.
Is going to going to take its second attack. This one is going to be going against you, Xerox. This is. Oh my god! Oh, that's not going to hit, and that's going to end its turn.
It gets advantage because she attacked recklessly last time.
Oh, thank you. That's still I'm going to hit. Yeah, it's a 15.
Sorry, Jay. No. I appreciate a fair game.
Fantastic. That ends its turn, and we go to Gray, who now I think is hearing what's going on, and you can begin to act with awareness now that you are in the game.
Gray is going to like listen to the sounds of combat, and then look back at his book and the sounds of combat, and sigh and start to run towards the combat. And I don't think he'll have enough room at 70 feet with the dash when we get to combat.
I think I described you guys as like, I want to say like over 100 feet away from where you guys were.
Okay.
It might have been like, maybe it was like 60 or 70. I'll say if you use your action to dash, it'll get you at least within sight of the room.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that and scream back, "No steel book!" And that'll end his turn.
Excellent, Gray. You see the madness going on inside this chamber, and we go to Quilla. You are grappled, so your movement is 0 until you break that grapple.
Quilla will cast Misty Step on himself.
Ah.
And dance back to the doorway.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then.
Go ahead.
That's my bonus action, and then I was hoping I could just blast it.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it looks like. I mean, I'm pissed at it, so yeah. So it's a 24 hit.
That'll hit.
And then.
They should stay down.
That's not showing my roll. I'm just gonna roll no dice. Sorry. Okay. 8 and 13.
21 total?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then my third roll is a natural 20.
You had 3 attacks?
Yeah.
What level did I let you guys get to? Gee.
Eldritch Blast.
Awesome. So yeah, that's full damage plus your roll.
And then my roll for this full damage would be 10 plus 5, 15, and then another 7 plus 5.
15 plus 7.
20, 22?
Yeah.
Nice. So you did 21.
No, wait, is that one? Oh, yeah, thank you. Sorry.
Nice. This creature is, this furniture is heavily wounded, or at least bloodied. It's warranty void. Anything else, Quilla?
Nope.
Yeah, you.
She's finished out. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, you blast after you misty step away from this thing. You blast away more of its like branches that are again, like still transforming into just more like strange, organically, not quite fleshy, you would say, but like limbs and tentacles. And that'll end your turn. We have Beep Boop up next.
That's me. I run towards the door, and I'm like, "What is going on? The tree is moving."
You
And there's
never
furniture?
saw a tree. What is now a strange, abominable, like octopus thing.
Okay, it's no longer a
as
tree.
it transforms, like to become less and less recognizable as a tree, and more just a strange, many-limbed, organic entity of some kind.
Okay.
And also, there is a chaise lounge that is in the process of transforming from a piece of furniture into a monstrous entity as well.
I'm assuming with 30 feet of movement that I could at least get up to Lachey Lounge.
Absolutely, yes.
Seeing as it's trying to attack my good friend Xerox, I will sneak up behind it and booming blade the crap out of it. Because that's what I like to do with my sword. So will you give me flanking since I am on the other side of Xerox?
Yeah, hello.
In my mind, that's a 28 hit.
Mm-hmm.
And, God, that's so hard. Don't. 5. 6 plus 7 is 13. I'm good at math sometimes. Plus 7 is 20. Plus 8 is 28.
28 points of damage.
Points of damage to the couch.
Nicely done. Fantastic. You see, just like as you slam into it with this magical force, like it forces like vibrations of like the impact around, like through this thing's like becoming more and more like fleshy bodies, or like less like solid and furniture like body. You see like like cushions and like actual like wood or whatever just to be like flex and like shift under the vibration rippling out through this thing. It is gross. You don't want to sit on it, you feel like. Again, I don't want to put words in your brain, but
I mean, I didn't want to sit on it before, so we're good. Did it was it looking?
We lost Carly.
No. Is it looking haggard? Like
the lounge is not looking too rough yet.
Okay. Cool. That will end my turn.
Okay. We go to the.
Wait, I'm gonna use my bonus action because my bird technically goes after me, and I haven't had a chance to do this yet, and I have nothing else to do with my bonus action. My bird is gonna open up his mouth as it sits on my shoulder and go "Paka!" and like shoot at. I guess it'll fly up a little bit first and then do it,
nice.
and then shoot at the.
Your bird
couch.
shoots things?
Yeah.
Nice.
It has a force strike attack, but it's gonna miss with a less than 10 to hit.
Everything, that's not gonna do it.
No.
Nothing above 10 or below 20 roll.
I mean, listen, nice, just apparently. It's fine.
Excellent. Well, that will take us to the top of the next round. Azira, you see, of course, Gray, demand that you not steal paper, and then runs off, and you hear and see all the commotion happening down the way.
I'll send Hootsworthy to go and assist and continue casting Identify.
Excellent, yeah. Hootsworthy flies in, we'll say, next round, you can assign Hootsworthy to give the help action to any of your party members.
Alright, sounds good.
Awesome. Xerox, you're up.
I will swing again recklessly at this octopus. 23 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Get him.
For 17 points of damage.
17 points of damage to the Troctopus.
And swing again.
I see what you did there.
24 for another 17 points.
Nice.
And I will action surge and swing again recklessly.
Xerox is deadly.
26 for 13 points of damage and swing for the last time for another 13 points.
That previous hit put it to 3. How do you finish this thing off with this last strike?
I will bring the hammer down, bring it closer to the floor, and then the last one, putting my foot on it, and then bring it.
Slam through this thing.
I pull my shield all the way through and I just bring the hammer with both hands.
Yeah, you like slam through this thing, like splattering some of this like gooey organic material that once it's like decorporated from the rest of it just becomes much more fluid. You slam it, like breaking off a big mass of its body, and then like as it's like falling to the ground, you bring the hammer down again, splattering this thing on the ground. It begins like as you smash through in this portion, just like liquefy a big chunk of the like main trunk of this thing. The rest begins to just like liquefy around it as it dies. The vase remains, even as much of this thing's body was, you see like in that vase and begins to flow out of it now as well. And that ends anything else you'd like to do?
I will use my movement to fly about 10 feet above the ground back to the door.
Okay. That'll be like flying, because you ended up being like flanked. So that would provoke an attack of opportunity from the chaise lounge behind you.
I love a good chaise lounge.
I'll just take the attack of opportunity.
Right.
My instinct is to prevent people from going back outside the door.
With advantage, thanks to your reckless attack, it gets a natural 20.
Yeah,
adamantine armor.
Oh, fuck!
Wait, what do you have?
I have adamantine armor.
Yeah, negates criticals. They just work
awesome.
as normal. Oh, so good.
You gave it to me.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's awesome.
You got any more of that tinsel?
I love when the toys I give you guys come in handy. So yeah, you'll take 6 points of bludgeoning. And 25 poison.
What? The chaise lounge is
chaise
poisoning.
Uh-oh.
We lost somebody. Or they muted.
I think Carly's having some connection issues.
No, Carly.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, but after taking that strike, you fly clear of the thing, fly over it, fly over Beep Boop, and land nearby the door.
Yeah, I would position myself next to Quilla as she is taking the brunt of this.
Yeah.
Kind of standing over her, but
between her and any danger.
Her and any danger.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, we have the lounge, which is going to turn and target the only enemy that is left to it. It is going to make a grapple check against you there. Beep Boop.
It can try.
It will. It didn't try very hard, it seems, and gets a mere 9 on its athletics.
Well, I got a 18 and 18. Sorry for my mispronunciation.
A shame. you see is like some of its like one of its cushions like hits you and tries to just like just mold around your head, and then you could feel like grabbing onto your head all around and like trying to like hold you, and then you like rip away from it, and this cushion then becomes like this long, just slides back in this long tentacle as it like shifts its mass around in this new limb it has. You saw that it was trying to like pull you into it, and you see that this also has a little receptacle in it. In the like in one of the like actual feet of the thing, you see the other three have begun to transform, but this one is still solid, and there is like some sort of strange receptacle on it that it was like trying to like pull your face to. You resist. It will, however, take a regular attack against you as well. It's capped.
How big are these receptacles?
They're probably like this.
Okay.
So it would be a painful squeeze for many people's heads to get into this thing, for sure. Its hit gets a 23 to hit.
That does hit.
That will be a nice little 3 bludgeoning damage.
And 500 poison damage.
Oh! 3 ones on that second set of d6s. So 18 points of poison damage.
So I'm resistant to poison damage. Does that mean half?
Yeah, if you're resistant to poison damage, you have the damage. If you're resistant to the poison effect, you get advantage on saves against the poison effect.
I am both. Yeah!
That is the lounge's turn. And that brings us...
Get off the chair.
She's dead. Gray. You are at the doorway. Xerox has just flown and landed with a heavy thud in front of you. Quilla's just right next to you as well. You see Beep Boop ahead, maybe 20 feet away, in mortal conflict with a morphing chaise lounge.
I think Ray's going to take a shot at that lounge.
All right.
Shay is abomination. And he's going to fire a shot. We'll take it with the penalty. 12 to hit.
12 does not hit. It resisted an attack for the first time.
He will fire again, this time without disadvantage. 25 to hit.
Oh yeah. That'll do.
That'll do, babe. That'll do.
That'll do, Bray.
That's going to be 3 plus 6,
Hey,
12
Carly's back.
Plus.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
That's going to be 17 points of damage, and it'll be knocked. Oh, no, just 17 points of damage.
17 points of damage. Smack. There we go. Awesome. One arrow strikes true. Anything else, Gray?
Yeah, I'll kind of run into the room and maybe duck behind one of these monster furniture creatures.
Yeah, absolutely. You find a large, like reclining chair. You duck down behind it. If that ends your turn, we'll go on to Quilla next. Quilla.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
We'll ask. Here, bat slap.
Yeah. Great. He's back.
Oh gosh.
Is the tree still?
Yeah, I was about to say, the tree has been destroyed. Xerox delivered the final blow to it. The tree was obliterated into a liquid, basically, and then began to melt as it was destroyed. The vase it was found in remains.
Okay.
But the Beep Boop is in a fight with the remaining monstrosity, which is still transforming from a chaise lounge into an abomination.
I will fire 3 Eldritch Blasts at that.
All right.
That's going to be like a 26 to hit, a another 26 to hit, and even higher.
Yeah, 3 definite hits. Yes.
It's like flasks coming around. Beep, boop.
9, 13, and 12.
9, 13, and 12.
Yeah.
Which is 25, 36 points of damage.
Whew.
Yeah.
Nicely done. This one, the lounge is definitely bloodied now.
And then can I tell anything about the moth? Like, is it anything?
Is it what?
Is it doing anything, or is it just there?
It's rolling slightly as its interior contents shift around and melt into fluid, and it's just rolling around. It's not doing anything though.
Okay. I'm just gonna watch the vase.
Yeah, watch the vase. You got it.
Watch the vase.
If that ends your turn, we'll go on to Beep Boop.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
Does Hootsworthy get a turn?
Hootsworthy now, we're just about to get to the next round, and Hootsworthy can give anybody the help action on this next one. As Hootsworthy flies in with a dash and then goes to work.
Well, how much stuffing is left in this lounge?
I mean, it's looking wounded. You can spend your turn investigating what makes it live and try and assess its strange medical state, or you can do something else.
I can see... Mark, can I hit its vase?
Yeah, so this one, the lounge does not have a vase, but had like one of its, like the feet, like the wooden feet, now like is not transforming with the rest of it and has like, it's like probably like this big chunk that's like this size. It has a receptacle like opening in one end of it, and it looks like the whole lounge is like connected to this leg of it, pretty primarily.
Can I hit the leg? Can I sweep the leg, Johnny?
I can surely try and sweep the leg. What are you trying to accomplish here?
I have a feeling that if it doesn't have that leg anymore, it might be less mean to me.
So
I could just kill it.
You're going to try and cut it at this place?
Yes.
Or are you trying to... Okay, yeah, you can definitely attack that.
This place. I'm going to attack the shit out of it.
Yeah. It's similar to, in a combat situation, it's similar to me describing you as your neck being a significant part of your body.
Oh, so
and if I separated you from your neck...
Then Booming Blade it is. Let's just hit the thing.
I'm not going to go into doing called shots.
That was an aggressive slam, but I am angry that I only rolled a 12 on that roll.
Does that bring you to 12 total?
Plus?
12 total.
Oh.
Oof, that's not going to do it.
I know.
Sorry to say.
I'm really mad, and there's nothing I can do about it, because I can't... Yeah, nah, that's it. That's all I got for that. But my bird wants to shoot again.
Ah, yes. Shoot away.
Ooh, that's better. That's plus 9. 18.
That hits.
To hit. I believe that is plus 6, so 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage.
Let's double check, but yes.
Nice.
Move on without me.
Alright, and that will bring us to the top of the next round where Nazira excitingly continues the ritual casting.
10 points of damage.
10 points, not 9?
Yeah.
Hootsworthy is going to form help action with, you already have advantage, so be good. And so you will have advantage on your next turn.
Thanks.
Alright, excellent. Xerox, you are up. You are now probably about 15 feet away from the creature.
15 feet, I will fly up to it. I will expend a charge. I will do a shove attack
Mm.
and expend a charge on my shield to push it.
I'm really mad at Nate now.
Got some cool things that would have happened.
Oh. Am I missing?
No, you're good.
No, you're good. Just Maddie missed on his roll.
I will knock it 10 feet away and prone, and I will position myself over the top of it and hit it with my hammer.
Yeah, absolutely. Slamming a thing, it like slides away from you. It's like spinning and like rolling around and like writhing, trying to right itself. And you just get on top of it and start bringing down the hammer.
22 for 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And that will end my turn.
Right. The creature is as prone as such a strange monstrosity can be, and you are just above it. You're not grappling it, so it can gain its footing again just by using half its movement, which it will do. And then Xerox, it really wants to eat one of you, and it will try to eat you.
It's been starving for like thousands of years.
You attacked with abandon with what was it?
No, I knocked it prone for.
Oh, so you didn't have to attack aggressively. Okay, so it does not have advantage against you. Dang.
It shall not be reckless.
Oh man, alright, is this thing intelligent enough to know that it has no chance of beating your athletics? I think it might actually, and let's just do a... Nope, it does not. So it is going to waste one of its attacks here on this hopeless roll, opposed to athletics trying to grapple you. It gets a 12.
Natural 20.
Yay!
Insult upon injury. As this thing like lashes out at you, you just like pull back this vine and just like rip it off of its body and like throw it to the ground where it like turns into fluid. Obviously, learning its lesson, it is instead going to attack you. Just classic attack. Oh my god, it might actually hit you. That's going to be a 22.
That just hits.
What, just hits? God.
Yeah, it's a +3 shield. it's a stupid shield.
So good, I love it. 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
And then some poison here as well. And then 15 points of poison damage, so 8 and 15. But not being able to grapple you, that's gonna its turn. It gets on its feet again, and I think, it's gonna keep doing what it's doing. Still trying to struggle against you, Xerox. Still trying to like grab you where it can, kill you where it can't control you, and we will go to Gray.
The closest thing is the one still attacking Beep Boop, right?
Yeah, that's the only apparent enemy in this room.
Okay. Then he will continue shooting his bow at it. How's Beep Boop looking?
Great.
Not injured.
Not injured.
Okay. First shot with penalty. Oh shit. 31 minus 5. I'm sure that's going to hit.
Yeah.
Misses.
31.
Every round, its AC goes up by 5. I'll get you guys one of these days.
Let's see. So that is going to be... that is going to be 10 plus 10, 29 points of damage.
29.
Piercing damage.
This thing is like almost destroyed. Your arrows go straight through more of its flesh, and like separate more of its body that it like no longer can maintain cohesion of, and it just like another like several of its limbs just like splatter into fluid as it struggles to maintain its form.
Oh yeah, he's gonna take a second shot without advantage or without penalty. Nat 20.
Yeah. Just you can roll your damage if you want to hear the number, but describe for us how you finish this thing off also.
Yeah, you just see a single arrow pierce through it, causing severe damage, and a second one almost a half second behind it. This one loaded with bugs. You see multiple bees and hornets kind of hanging out the side of it that all kind of launch off and sting this thing numerous times as the arrow pierces through its body. It's kind of like a shotgun blast.
Like dozens of different kinds of like venom in tiny amounts, but all told, it actually affects this creature as like little bits of like bubbling flesh rise up in response to this and add to the explosion of fluid as this thing loses cohesion and sprays into like just falls apart into fluid. And it is destroyed.
Get him.
The one foot of the chaise lounge clatters to the ground, still a solid piece, however. And you guys hear as this combat ends, the last kind of sound of the vase like rolling back and forth on this like circular sort of like path it's on as it settles into a final spot. Everything seems to have calmed for the moment.
Do I see any other newish looking? Well, I wouldn't know. I didn't go into this room, so I didn't know. Yeah. What do I see in the room?
Yeah, you see what was described to Quilla before, a large, long room, this sort of like lounge area up here in the front, and then a sort of like work and inventory or warehouse space possibly in the back.
So I did see this was transforming from a piece of furniture.
Yeah, I think you guys all were able to see like this thing had like elements that were still transitioning into this like goo tree octopus form.
Goo tree.
Quilla will bring detect magic back up.
Yeah.
And run over to the vase.
The vase?
Yeah.
Yes. You see that there is absolutely some magic associated with that thing. Give me an Arcana check, Quilla.
Natural 20.
Yoo-hoo!
The magic in this reminds you immediately of the magic associated with Shippy's hopper.
I tell everybody that.
How big is the vase?
Vase, like it was holding this big tree, so it's like this immense thing you'd see at a big like office building or something, like 2 to 3 feet in diameter.
And is there still goo inside of it?
Yeah, absolutely. There's still some. It didn't all just evaporate or anything. This whole space is now filled with an expanding pool of somewhat, of fluid, certainly more viscous than water. Remnants of these creatures are now just mingling in a growing pool.
Is it what poison thing?
You don't. It doesn't seem like it. Like you guys have been touched by the spray of this stuff in this fight, and have not been poisoned by it.
Okay.
Does it seem like something's trying to come back out?
Yeah.
Out of
the vase.
Like it doesn't like trying to rebuild.
The vase is not moving. The fluid is slowly decongealing. There is no activity here that makes you concerned aside from the strangeness of this space and perhaps worry about any other objects that might turn into such a thing. But the remnants of these two creatures do not give you any cause for alarm immediately.
I pick it up and vaulted in the air. Hey, Xerox!
Oh, wait,
Hit it with a hammer!
No. What's the name on it?
What's the what?
There's a name on it.
Oh shit! And I run and try to catch it.
Yeah, you grab it, rotate it around till you find the little receptacle part of it, and it says Muerden's Marvelous Living Furniture.
Muerden?
Muerden.
Muerte.
Morty.
We've run him before, haven't we?
I don't believe so.
Muerden's Marvelous
Living Furniture.
Living Furniture.
He wasn't the tool maker.
Old 20 Eyes.
No.
No, I think this is a new name.
Okay.
You guys are being interesting.
Muerdens. Does that mean anything to anybody?
Have I heard that name before?
Would my family ever heard that name?
You guys are welcome to give me a history check.
No.
21.
8.
The 21, Quilly, you recognize the name vaguely. You've heard that, there is a market that your family has dabbled in related to just like, old relics and ancient magic and stuff like that. And that name sounds vaguely familiar as a creator of old, ancient magic, just stuff that rich people pay a lot of money for. It's kind of like luxury antiquities sort of idea.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
What's on the workbenches?
Xerox. Hammer. And I throw it again.
Xerox will take a keen eye and try to swing with both hands to the hammer and try to smash it into a million pieces. Try to baseball swing this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me an attack roll.
I'll do it recklessly.
She's still raging.
Oh, I know. Rely on rage for that. 23 to hit.
Yeah, you strike this thing true. Roll some damage.
14 points of damage.
You slam into the pot with your hammer, and it just shatters. You slam into it, and you're just like you break through the first layer of it, and like the haft of the hammer is like continues its path through until the head like smashes through the opposite side as this thing barely has a chance to like get launched or get thrown from the impact as it is just obliterated.
So I'm very amused by this. Wow, I should find more.
I mean, there's 2.
A red rupee comes out.
Yay! Do we take the other one with us, or we leave it here?
Let's take it with us.
I pick up the chair leg. I don't know if it turned into a vase or
No, it's
still a chair
it's
leg.
like this like wooden like chair leg. It's like some size, like a block. It's has a.
Do you all think this one's protecting something? I start kind of looking towards the workbenches and stuff like that.
Yeah, it must have been.
Maybe we should check it out, right?
I think that's what Hootsworthy would do.
Hootsworthy ruffles his feathers and comes to a rest on Beep Boop's shoulder.
But if we see any more fine-looking furniture, let's give it a wide berth.
Ew.
Agreed.
Do you see anything interesting on the workbenches?
I am getting hungry. How do you guys feel about a break so I can enjoy some of that food you've all been sneaking off to?
I don't know what you're talking about. You can't leave.
No,
keep playing, Mark.
No dinner for the DM.
Time for a break.
Dinner break.
Long enough.
Gold star.
Yeah.
Right.
Extra credit for you.
20 plus, y'all. Woohoo!
You're my special mortal. I'm so proud of you. But no, like I do imagine this this campaign ending at some point, and that it may even involve Carla's not here to discuss this, but if there are still a lot of different ways something approaching like a main conflict can be addressed in this game, and it's still very much up to a lot of what you guys decide to do. But if there are still some hanging pieces, we can, especially if they're character, so you can make character arcs, Quilla. If we end the game and Quilla never gets to resolve what's going on with the moon, we can always have that be another mini month, 4 games or whatever or more.
I mean, at this point, if we just hang out on this mountain long enough, we'll be there in no time.
True.
Stay on the mountain. Go tell it on the mountain.
The campaign ends because we just like it here.
We've joined the cult where we're supposed to meet up with Comet.
Yeah. That's all the reveries about.
Oh my god.
They have this beverage, they call it Kool-Aid?
It's Kool-Aid.
Yeah, you guys get to the center of the mountain, they're like, oh, well, join with us in the sacred partaking of this beverage. The divine nectar, we call it Kool-Aid. And then we will meet the great Comet. Yes.
Here's some fancy robes.
We've already found they've got fancy robes. It's already they check.
Oh, guys, we figured it out.
All right. Well, Quilla finds Johann furiously just struggling with a particular verse, and Quilla decides to just walk with Johann the rest of the game and help with music.
Yay! Scene. But do we see anything on those benches?
Yeah, that'll take a little bit of time to investigate. So you'd have to go deeper into this chamber to take a look.
Is there any more pristine furniture?
There is, some of it again, some of the stuff that's just designed to not have some organic material based upholstery that would rot away. Everything that doesn't have that still looks great in this room. There's which includes a lot of the furnishing, especially down by the actual working tables and stuff. But you are not sure without further investigation which of the remaining pieces of furniture may be living furniture versus non-living furniture.
Gray's going to start firing arrows into every piece of furniture we walk past.
Mm-hmm. In rapid succession, Gray fires an arrow into every one of the pieces of furniture in this area. None of them react.
All of them react.
Little beetles will fly up my bag, grab the arrows, and bring it back to me.
Do we need any furniture for shipping?
So you hear the buzz of the beetles. You must have perhaps masked the sound of the approaching Samsarans. But they both just lean into the doorway of the room and say, taking a small detour. Very good. Let us know if you need to take any amount of time before the meeting.
Just 3 more minutes?
Of course. Take all the time you need.
Sounds about right. Zero's just back there all alone.
5 minutes, Turkish.
Yes. Go ahead.
Xerox will venture deeper into the room, just while people are still doing what they're doing, and just investigating what's kind of taking a look at what's on top of these workbenches.
Yeah. Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Can I do? Because I wanted to do that.
Yeah, sure.
13.
13.
That's where they will perform the help action.
How does... how does Hootsworthy contribute to investigating into ancient arcane technological workbenches?
So he's gonna see whatever Beep Boop was looking at and like give a little flyby of the thing. You know, see
knock
if
over something that looks important.
Looked with his keen owl sight to see if there's any little, openings on the feet of any.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hootsworthy can certainly, with a little bit of. Well, I mean, Hootsworthy has had no contact with you. This is Hootsworthy on Hootsworthy's own.
He's a very clever owl. I would not have a
He's a very clever owl, I'm sure, and does go and help make sure that none of the other pieces of furniture are going to become alive.
All right.
And will help with any checks related to that, we'll say for now.
Give soothing hoots.
Yeah, and all the soothing hoots, indeed. But I am going to balk at the idea that your owl can aid in a scientific investigation or assessment.
This is bullshit now.
Rage quit.
Railroading.
You're not yes-anding, Mark, and I really don't appreciate it.
Yeah, so you guys begin investigating the workbenches and such. You got a 20 total?
Yes.
Oh, nice. And you got
I had to knock myself on the head a little bit to do it, but.
Yeah, and as you guys are investigating this, we'll say that this is around the time that Quilla finishes, or not Quilla, but Nazira finishes Detect Magic, or Identify, was it? Identify on the tablet. This is a substantially enchanted artifact. It is, as you very much were keen to, your insight allowed you to understand, is a magically enchanted, virtually a potentially has the capacity of like a full library in a single book. This thing, as you identify it, you find that it is it identifies not only the identify spell provides not only insight into what this thing is and some of the insight into the magic associated with it and how to interact with this thing. It does not require attunement, but you find that it is it has an owner.
Oh.
It is apparently assigned to a student apprentice Rhymestall.
Rhymestall?
Rhymestall. And it's as if this thing is enchanted to share that designation in case such a thing were lost.
Is any of the library that it contains, if it contains one, accessible, or do you have to log in as Rhymestall?
You begin interacting with the device. You start manipulating it, and you find that it does not have protections as it is assigned to an apprentice.
Can we get to the root menu?
Perusing through this thing, you find that some various notes associated with some of this student's coursework, as well as a note from a teacher's aide that has not been read. And then you find that it also has has access, or potentially could have access to a like library of information, but that connection to that library is not active.
Do they have any books downloaded?
Yes, there are 4 books downloaded right now, each associated with one of the courses the student was taking.
And what courses were they taking?
They were taking Arcane Telemetry, Mastery of the Fundamentals 3, Surviving in Hostile Planes, a book related to the common hazards of living transmutation by a Provost Muerden.
Wonderful.
And finally, a piece on theory of divination. Insight into an undecided future or echoes of a future past.
I expect these to all be written at work.
All 400 pages of each of these tomes.
Careful, Gray. Zero might steal your book.
Don't give him ideas like that. Nazira
My book
goes directly from the spell right into reading this. I'm gonna read the note first, the unread note.
Yeah. You begin to go back and having taken in as much as you can just about this this object generally. You go in and find that that note. It is a note that is from a Provost's Prefect Sullivan Thingle. It's odd in that you are reading this in what appears to you to be common.
Well, okay, interesting.
And in this a very accessible but some odd language and word use, you find that this teacher's aide, this provost prefect, is complaining about the Transcendented Conclave's lack of focus and their recent dismissal of their teaching duties. Locked away in their conclave day and night, they aren't telling us what's going on. I heard an elven queen is counseling them. She had connections to the old unreliable, capital O, capital U. That's what I heard, at least. Anyway, I don't think they'll notice or give a damn if they did. Here's the schematics you requested. I hope they help with your project. And attached to this letter, you find what appears to be a small, engraving almost of this immensely finely detailed image or schematic of a mountain. And as you interact with that thing, it expands into this 3-dimensional rendering of Mount Einarun. and its like inner workings.
Gray takes the book back from Zero.
Oh.
No steel book.
Hey Gray, how about I borrow this for a little while, and in return you can borrow this for a little while, and I'll give you a big, thick, fancy book. Because I assume I just
Is magic?
Absolutely.
What magic?
Ooh.
Gray's getting more
obviously
intelligent.
divination magic, Gray. It'll tell you the future if
Gray,
you read it.
Gray want bug magic book.
Bug magic. I'm gonna see if I have anything on entomology.
We deal later. We busy now.
Okay.
And he shoves the book in his bag.
Alright, perfect.
Still fight.
Oh, alright. Good luck.
Gray starts like kind of thumbing through the book a little bit.
If you're going to go back to them, let Beep Boop know I want to speak to him.
Was that addressed to me?
Yeah, sorry, that was addressed to you. If you were heading back, I was gonna say let Beep Boop know that I want to talk to him.
I missed it again. Something about letting Beep Boop know something. I'll let him do that.
That I want to talk to him. That I would like to speak to him. Yeah.
Yeah. Gray heads over to Beep Boop and passes on the info.
I'm looking at the desk. I'm waiting to figure out what I discovered at the desk.
The rest of you, Xerox and Beep Boop, you are investigating the work desks. Did you give me investigation rolls?
I did. I rolled 20.
20 out of 13. For those rolls, you find that each of these tables, you like kind of look over each of them quickly before you investigate any one in too great detail. Each of them is seemingly left in the middle of a different project. Each of them has different seemingly like tools and like weird objects on the desk. What you notice immediately, given your recent intimate exposure to the music box, is that this is likely like perhaps like a repair station. Like each of these workstations has like you check like the various like like these cupboards and like shelving and drawers and such. Each of them has a wide assortment of strange tools, various supplies and things that would be needed for repair work, but also each of them has a number of strange arcanotech devices that you are in various stages of being disassembled or reassembled or repaired or something. With the 20, is there anything in particular you're looking for as you find that information?
Well, hearing that, I want to see if I can potentially piece together what any of these things might do. Also, if you realize the other day, I don't know what types of tools I have in my person, so if I can find like a complete set of a type of tool, I might take that as well.
You don't know what tool sets you have?
I know for the most part that I have thieves' tools and my other tinker's tools and weaver's tools, but outside of that, I'm always on the lookout for like woodworkers' tools or a few others that I don't have on my person right now.
Well, I mean, like any of those tools, like your character would have had ample opportunity at any point in civilization to acquire.
Yeah,
so
I never did it. So I'm here.
I mean, it's like gear, though. I mean, do whatever you want, whatever feels more cool for you. But like, I'm not here to micromanage your inventories. That's not fun for me.
Well, then let me
so
go to magic
if you feel this would be important for your character to have developed at any point, you would have ample time and downtime and stuff that hasn't been discussed.
I see any tools that look better than the tools that I have.
Absolutely. It's funny, like you're able to find like the tools here are strange and like obviously, like many of them, even like magical. And it's the trouble is not necessarily like finding things that might be better. It's figuring out what they do and which things they could potentially replace. With a 20, I think that you would find several pieces that you think would be most potentially useful and likely have like multi-purpose things that they could potentially replace. So yeah, we'll say that you acquire a few Arcanotech tools.
Take it.
And we can discover what those mean.
And then I want to see if I know what any of these projects do. Greg, just a minute. I'll go. Yeah, no, great. I understand she wants to see me.
Big words said. Big words.
Ray, just, 1 minute. Just 1 minute and I'll go.
Fine. Choose on a bug.
I think I saw some bugs back under that love seat.
Gray sprints in that direction. Already forgetting about his message.
Fantastic.
Can I see what any of these things do? Like, do any of the projects look like something that would be in a complete enough repair that I could maybe guess as to what it does?
In this place, I think with the 20, the main thing you were able to figure out here is less in per se like what these end projects were, as they're like still in many of them like these like disassembled states. But you were able to identify, like with your experience with that music box, identify like some of the internal components and like these tools that were out. How could these possibly like be useful depending like looking at what's out there? You don't. I would say that you don't find any of these machines that or like devices that are very intelligible in this moment. But you do find one that has a small little crystalline structure, very similar to the one that you found in that music box, which you had certainly expressed an interest in stealing from those people. But this one would be easily, it's already like partially removed from its housing. It would be easily pulled.
What does that crystalline structure look like, Mark?
It's like it's kind of like rough, sort of like organically grown, like sugar crystal or something almost. Okay. Like it's not like this. It's more than anything just like this like roughly grown crystal that does not follow like a specific like perfect spiral. There's certainly no spirals or anything. More like jagged little chunks and stuff growing off of it as it like kind of stems from this main base.
I take the crystal and everything on that table and it's whatever state that project is in and the tools that are nearby and like individually wrap it up and put it in my bag so I can piece it together and go,
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, I mean, absolutely one thing I've been meaning to communicate is just that this is just a few moments of investigation, not a thorough like analysis.
And then I'll march on back.
Where are the two Samsarans?
They had just popped into the room to encourage everybody to take as much time as they needed.
Xerox will keep an eye on them and just follow them.
Yeah, they as soon as they find that you guys are just waiting around, doing some of your own investigations or whatever, they both just go back to just kind of like standing, waiting. Down. Yeah, just going into daydream.
I wave at them as I walk by.
One nods slowly to you.
Gray said you needed me.
Look at this. Can I I'm gonna pull up the schematic. Recognize it?
That's the mountain.
Yeah.
Where did you get this?
Gray's paper, his tablet.
I will never understand how he is so lucky.
Right? And if you do, you can interact with it and see if we can find something about the core.
Let's.
I'm gonna fly into the core.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will quickly whip up some small little necklace of cloth and cast guidance on Nazira.
You looking through the schematic, you can review any part of the mountain that you wish, and just like as you get zoomed in and take a quick look at it, you can certainly identify the Aegis shield at the mountain's tip, which is once you're associated with, or once you're inside the mountain, is the mountain's bottom. That is the Aegis shield.
The spiral thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And that is protecting the communications array inside it. And all of that is connected to the interior core of the mountain, which is basically the what transfers and amplifies the magical effects of the Zephyr core, the Zephyr drive of the vessel. So those are kind of the other elements: the Aegis shield, the communications array, the mountain's core, which runs vertically through the center of the mountain, roughly from bottom to top. The Zephyr drive, which is a particular place basically at the heart of this thing, of the mountain, and a structure inside the core of it. And then lastly, there is also the structural, some like moorings are listed, moorings and utility access, which was formerly at the base of the mountain, which is now the top of the thing from the inside.
Okay. Is there any details as to how these things work or anything like that, or is it just like if I go in on the Zephyr drive, does that tell me anything, or if I go in on that?
Yeah, when you go in, like there are little like pop-up pieces that are providing like technical information. These are not being like, this thing is like translating to common for you.
I would like
these specifications of like these like complex like numbers and arcane script and stuff. This is like seeing like code written in your language, but just not knowing the code language. Like you would have to some of this stuff is something you'd have to like spend some time studying to figure out. But this is replete with information about Mount Ainur.
As a test, I would like to stop my see invisibility and start read all languages.
Is this also a ritual?
No, it's divinity.
You're gonna cast a spell?
Divine. No, it's part of my divine eyes.
Oh,
it's my
cool. Oh, that's right. You can just switch your eyes from sight to cool. Yeah, it does not change the text here. This is basically just like engineering specifications that is already being translated into your language, but does not make immediate sense without the extensive training of a Samsaran engineer or whoever else like created or designed this sort of thing.
Okay, but I can't see like the original language.
There are portions of the specifications that all of this is in language you can understand. It's like seeing letters and numbers that in a different combination would make sense to you. Like, yeah, it's not a translation issue. It's a technical like knowledge issue. Mm-hmm. There is also just like common language in this as well, with descriptions of different elements of the mountain, and just descriptions of like names of different like utility hallways and things like this. These are all like identified with common language that you can understand with or without your magic being added to it. There is just on top of that, nested in that, just detailed technical specifications that, again, will just take some effort to
understand.
Yeah, if it's accessible without years of research, we'll see. But like you think that like this is a very interesting puzzle that you would worth spending time on for sure, but is not immediately apparent.
What would an apprentice want with the schematic of the mountain? Does he have any notes written on it?
He does have some.
This was an unread response
from
the Provost
so
Prefect.
He never managed to open it, but he did have some old some projects that he was working on, notes on his coursework. I'll open those to see if those have any relation to this.
Yeah, it seems that this student was in a mid or final year project to basically suggest some fundamental redesign or reworking of the functions of Mount Ainaru. Some like, hey, like present us with how you would make the system better sort of project.
Okay.
And they just were getting some inside information they may not have been technically been allowed to have access to aid them in that project.
I think the collapse must have come before I was able to finish it. So it's definitely floating due to the Zephyr, which I think we could have.
Which we plan on stealing?
Yeah, but I think there's more here than we need. How much does it consume? It consumes the Zephyr over time, right?
You might assume so, but I don't know if you've done the required research.
Does this well, it does in shipping, so we can predict that some of the underlying technology was the same. So does
Make assumptions.
I mean, always believe
She believes
the
them.
assumption that you make. Does the schematic show tell us how much Zephyr could be held in the core?
You do find that nearby the Zephyr drive, there is a designated a storage chamber for Zephyr fuel.
There we go.
Okay.
You see that it actually has 2 storage locations for Zephyr, not just one.
Oh.
There is a chamber for storing raw Zephyr, and there is a place closer to the actual Zephyr drive that is for storing refined compressed Zephyr fuel pellets.
Even better.
These people are so fancy.
Are all of these places easily connected by passageways?
You've seen some collapsed tunnels and stuff on your way here, but assuming no collapses, certainly.
How big is the access port?
Which one?
The utility access at the base of the mountain?
There are several utility at the base of the mountain, which is the top of the mountain, the flying mountain. There are several large access ports, as well as these immense mooring things that are identified as. So yeah, 4 primary access locations in the base. But as you look through the schematics, you can see that there are smaller tunnels and stuff that would have passed into the base as well.
No. So I would sorry, go ahead.
So nothing Shippy would fit into.
All of the 4 main docks Shippy could fit into. You don't know how deep in. You'd have to look through the schematics to see how far inside the mountain Shippy could get, but you would guess not wildly far. Shippy would eventually hit a bottleneck that couldn't pass through before it reached the core. Probably.
Okay. I'd like to.
Shippy's big.
like retrace our steps and see if the schematics have that embassy place that we first embarked on. Said it was that place to meet like officials and possibly like culturally important. Since that would be a landmark, I think that might be feasible, and then see if I can trace my steps to find out exactly where we are.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. It is the challenge is as the mountain has been like shifting, like and rotating and spinning at chaotic, unplanned way. You're not sure like from where in the schematic you were like coming in, so it's a huge amount of diagram and schematic to like review. So I think this would be at this point. You can give me a quick investigation check.
Would my keen mind feat help, since I always know which way
Absolutely.
is more
Take advantage. Yeah, or you can either both roll it or you can take advantage.
Do you want to roll it too, or do you want
to? You go. I'll give you. That'd be a 17.
Yeah, that's 17.
And I did guide you a while ago.
Oh, that's right. Investigation, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 27. And you have guidance.
27?
Which is D4. 29.
29. Absolutely yes. Like there's a moment where you're just like spinning this thing around, looking through it, and it's just like this like chaotic like maze of all these tunnels and accesses and all this stuff. But Beep Boop coming around, looking over your shoulder. That looks familiar. You're able to very quickly assist. You identify where you've come from, what path you've taken to get where you are, and roughly where you are now. You are in like what appears to be like a utility and control access area of the mountain. Much of that, like this sort of area, lies in the immediate area, like outside, like much further inside. You're getting directly into like Zephyr Drive and core. Like there's some things that are described as like maintenance and access, as well as Zephyr Drive control and containment chambers. That are around the Zephyr Drive itself, but like pretty much you guys are like getting now are like on the edge of the interior of the mountain as you get into like the inner workings of the place, the heart of the thing.
If possible, I would like to look into the drive and like the steering mechanisms to see if I can figure out some reason that it's A, having this psychic effect, and B, why it's not able to be flown correctly.
Yeah, that's going to far beyond basic information. This is like understanding of like systems and their processes and stuff, and would require this would require some time. I think that much beyond what you've gathered so far is we're talking like probably like short rest of amount of time of you just like studying this thing.
Is the Zephyr Drive closer to the access port access in the bottom?
The Zephyr Drive is pretty much like at the center of the mountain itself. The core runs like from almost from top to bottom, but the Zephyr Drive is like at the center of that.
I'm just trying to decide if we should make Shippy move somewhere that it might be easier to make a quicker getaway. Does it seem like it would be easier to get down low or back the way we came?
That's an interesting question that I would like you to roll for.
I rolled the 17. I don't know what I'm adding to it.
Oh, this would be another investigation.
That's 27.
Yeah. The vertical access along the core is much faster and direct than the access around like the living areas around the edges of the mountain and stuff, aside from a few like more direct like tunnels that radiate from the core.
Okay.
There's the vertical movement around like utility and like potentially even like you see reference to powered travel along the vertical axis of the core. You think that if Shippy were down at one of the utility, like one of the axes at the bottom, if you were at the heart of this thing, far faster go to the bottom or the top than the exterior in most places.
Can I very quickly draw up like schematics of those ports at the base of the mountain and a quick note that says, "Dear Ellis, tell Shippy to head to the base of the mountain and see if you can find port," and then hand it to my bird and say, "Go find Ellis."
Because I don't want to, like, I'm not the kind of DM to be a dick about things.
Be a dick about it.
I want us to consider how well your bird would be able to navigate a strange maze of underground in-mountain tunnels and such that it had only been passed through once. Do you think it likely it could retrace its steps?
Has an intelligence of 10, perception of... what is that, 9?
Intelligence.
I think, with
Like
intelligence of 10,
person.
I would say that it's in the realm of possibility, but it's certainly not a guaranteed result. Do you want to commit the bird to this action?
I can send Woodsworthy to accompany.
2 birds with one.
2 birds with 1 note. Do it.
All right, and I can also telepathically communicate with Woodsworthy.
If they get lost, they can find their way back.
Okay, you send the 2 birds off. Why don't you both? I'll roll these in secret.
Yeah, that seems right.
So tell me just an intelligence modifier for both of your creatures.
I will hop into Woodsworthy just to get him started.
Okay.
For a little bit. I imagine we've been walking for quite some time, so it'll take them some time to get back there. But
Yeah.
I might be able to navigate them through a few of the passages. But Woodsworthy. Is not a giant crocodile.
It's not. His intelligence 10, so that gives him a modifier of 0.
Woodsworthy is not going to be intelligence 10.
But perception is the one skill he is. Stealth and perception.
Well, great.
Great.
Both had 0 modifier?
Yeah.
Woodsworthy has intelligence of 2, so.
Oh.
When I'm not in there, so.
Oh.
But if I'm in there.
Like not +2, a +2 modifier, just
a 2. Because he's just a bird.
Yeah, just a bird.
I'm just a bird.
He's doing his
but he does have keen hearing and sight. And perception +3.
Those will
so kind of like follow
help
this bird, but keep an eye out.
We're gonna win.
We're gonna do something.
How are we gonna? We'll know.
And a proficiency bonus of +2. Thank you very much, Mark.
As long as we're not fighting our way in.
I mean, you know, we probably will be. As long as we don't find any more fighting or magical furniture.
The birds fly away. Nazira spends some amount of time guiding them through Hootsworthy's connection. You feel it fraying as Hootsworthy goes farther and farther away, not just from the distance of the spell, but from Mount Ainru hungrily devouring the magic.
The mountain.
And eventually it's too far and the connection is broken, and all you have is your hope that they find Ellis and Shippy and the rest.
Can we tell the bird how long it took us to get here?
It's a little late. They flew away.
Before I lose connection with Woodsworthy, can I communicate in owl speak?
Perhaps we should.
Yeah.
Hootsworthy has an intelligence of 2. I don't know if Hootsworthy speaks owl.
No.
Very, very well. is the decision. If you guys want to rest here longer and investigate the schematics or anything else, gather information, or do you wish to press forward?
How much further do we have to go?
Without even having to ask the Samsarans now,
Yeah.
you can make a guess on your own.
That's good.
You think that you probably have maybe 2 to 3 more hours of hiking through the interior of the mountain.
I would like to save. Beep boop, you said you had a way for us to rest that was safe.
That's at night.
Perhaps
Yes.
we can do that before we meet.
I mean,
If we can find a way to convince the Samsarans.
we need a long rest.
I am meeting this creature whose motives I can only assume are ill,
That's fair.
with a certain power of deity that they have taken.
Cleared out most of the shop. We could hunker down for the night in there.
But I want to get as close as we can and then rest.
But let's hike in another hour and yawn.
I don't need a long rest or a short rest right now either. I don't need to stop yet.
Okay.
But yeah. I'm just thinking about how we want to approach our eventual arrival.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds good. We can take a rest.
Gray not tired.
Thank you, Gray.
Well, Samsarans, continue on.
Follow us. We'll be there soon.
Beep, can you just put your hand on my shoulder and guide me as I am just going to read this as we go?
Hop on. Throw her on my shoulders and carry her.
All right. Well, with that, I think we'll end the session
But
there.
I don't wanna.
You guys have made it about 100 feet down the hallway from where we started the session.
But we did so much.
You definitely did, and learned quite a bit as
So
well.
much. That's so exciting.
I love how the Dauntless character finds the best stuff in the game.
It's so good.
Because you're always going on these elaborate investigation runs to find paper, and then you roll astonishingly well. So I feel so obliged to reward you with great stuff, and I love it. It's like one of my favorite parts of the game is Gray, the illiterate, finding all the best papers.
Zero's gonna tell Gray, keep your eye out for more of these things, Gray.
Good find, Gray. Good find.
Hey, look. Think.
No, thank you, Gray.
What a lovely game.
Got the